Hello, what's up, friends? To Mamma Mia, to wish. No, this is not good. This is not good at all. Sorry, cringe introduction. 1 second. Let me land a better one. Boom. Hello, friends. This is going to be my first essay style video. Look at me with my cardigan. No, what's this called again? Overalls. Where I wanted to combine making a Minecraft video with also yammering on about something. So, as you see, I'm in front of my castle. I think I made another video today. What was that about? Oh, it was playing with my friend. But yeah, today I wanted to make a video from my house. It's very nice. Building this, finishing up this. As you see behind me, it's going to be an animal center for sheep and cows. But I also wanted to talk about animal welfare because this is something I care about. I'm a very political person, honestly. As this is Animal Farm, I thought I'd make like a little analogy or something because maybe you have heard about Animal Farm. Now, Animal Farm is a book by George Orwell, which is about a working class revolution where the people take their power. And then it ends up sour, bad, and often is used to defend Orwell and sometimes used to criticize him. Of course, it was banned both in the Soviet Union and the USA. So then you know it's good. Or maybe this was a part of the marketing, God knows. Anyway, the point of the matter was that this was a book which kind of it's all based on a farm, right? And the animals represent the working class kind of instinctually. Meanwhile, what was a good revolution, a good movement, how it can easily be turned sour, how often after revolutions or regime changes there is a huge chance for yet another regime and revolution, you know. And I think this is kind of a classical analogy. I mean, it's very normal to compare in art and poetry and writing, to compare humans to animals, because either you can just kind of directly point towards a general sort of animalistic or instinctual culture, which humans does have, just like all other living beings. Or you can specify which one. You can say that, like in Animal Farm, the pig, which is the bad guy, of course he's the pig, he's the greedy one, and pigs have bad connotations, right? But the point of the matter is that I think with Animal Farm and many of these things, it can also portray a kind of ideology of solidarity with animals, for sure. And we shouldn't necessarily believe we're far better than animals, because we can also fall into propaganda or be fooled or be trained like an animal. However, unlike animals, humans do have autonomy, and we are also the proprietors of the world. As we have intelligence, we have to use it to take well care of the world, the environment, and the animals, of course. And that's where there is a distinction. And there's also another distinction between Animal Farm and the real world, which was that in Animal Farm, the kind of revolutions turn sour. Meanwhile, usually that is not the case. Usually revolutions are corrupted by an already existing maybe religious order, or most likely a capitalist class which revolts against the revolutions, so a double revolution. And this idea that necessarily democratic or violent movements necessarily are illogical, I don't think that's true. And I never think that socialist movements which remain its socialist kind of democratic in nature, it's not normal for these movements to be corrupted by themselves. Instead, they were either never socialist to begin with, and usually they had capitalist funding from the beginning, or one leader decided to turn it undemocratic and then contact the rich for support, because one cannot do such a thing by themselves. The working class does not want to be fooled, and it does fight against being fooled. So there's never been a case where a socialist movement decides to just become mean. Not at all. Maybe they were mean from the beginning, using aesthetics from socialism, maybe to gain support from socialists, or to not be, at the very least, not be stopped by socialists. There's many people who claim to be left-leaning but don't have much in common with. That being said, one shouldn't diss on Animal Farm too hard, because it does still preserve a lot of good elements. Like, it does show how we can be influenced, how dynamics form, and it also talks about fascism, which sadly enough, I wish it didn't have, but it does often have links to socialist movements, at least in the past. And in the present, it still kind of uses socialist wording, although usually not correctly. They will say the rich or the globalists. They will kind of walk around the topic, right? But still kind of utilize where they can utilize. It's absolutely very utilitarian, and loves to take and not give much back. To kind of represent all this, I wanted to build a multi-layered farm. And even though animals in real life, unlike Minecraft, need a lot of good conditions, I still wanted it to be nice. I wanted it to be layered, maybe with one etage, an entire floor for sheep, and then a second floor for cows. And then I wanted maybe to have a little bit of nice terrain. Now, this is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. I need a lot of resources, a lot of glass, and a lot of terracotta. It's built from clay. I have a little bit of clay, but I do think I need some more. Right now I just think I'll landscape a bit, and then I'll dig, I'll go over to the sea and start digging for some sand to smelt to glass, and also clay to turn to terracotta blocks. And then I also wanted some colors. I didn't want it to be very bleak. The glass paints, I was thinking to use paints. Usually I just use glass blocks, but to make nice glass paints with colors, I also think I will have to make some kind of machine. I imagine a bone meal dispenser, and then just connected to a simple water flushing fountain thing, so that oh shit, do you think this is nice? So that it will be no, this was not nice. This looks like a piece of like an actual poo-poo caca. So that it will plant flowers and then flush them, and then flowers of course become colors, which we can use to color the glass. And you don't actually need much color to color a lot of glass. I did use some over there for some blue, and it was very nice. And then over there I have like a crop farm and also needs glass, so I actually might be mining for a short while. And then from here I wanted to build stairs to the second etage, and then, you know, I don't want to slaughter the cows in front of everyone else. That would be kind of mean and evil. Now for the style inspiration, I wanted it to kind of represent Norway a little bit, Norway working class. I mean, in a contemporary way. I don't think I'm gonna like build a Viking ship just today, but I still want it to be a little Norse. I do really need like wool and leather, mostly wool, so I can build buildings out of wool, and maybe make the banner so I can make like a flags. It would be so nice, so nice. But yes, so it kind of medium-sized building is kind of normal for working class after war constructions in Norway. And then what makes it special is that I was thinking on this side to build, as you see I have copper, and then I need to learn how to use honey, but to make like a little mural on the side, maybe of a bird or something. This is normal in Norwegian townhouses, buildings, just to make it a little nice. And then of course I will be having grass on the top, because this is very normal, very cool. What else? Maybe some national colors, maybe some, I don't know if it's possible to get like fully red wood, but it is very nice. Oh, do you see it? There's Enderman. But yeah, from now I just need to get some more sand, I think. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, short break. Hello? Okay, good news everyone. I actually was ahead of the game. I forgot. Sorry. Lucky, a little forgetful. But yeah, I was ahead of the game. I had already gotten the resources from the river a few hours ago. So that will not be necessary. I still need like the honey. I don't know how to do honey. I don't know, like I've been playing Minecraft since I think it was in beta, but I don't know all the new dynamics. I was kind of a skeptical at first, thinking, oh, these new features are not that good. Like I'm old gen, it's better to be old gen, but for example the ghost, I mean, this is too cool. This new feature here, this is the best thing they've done in a while, I think, actually. I hope my audio is not too high. Like when making YouTube, the worst thing is the audio. I really can't figure it out. It seems very hard. So yeah, anyway, let me just put away my stuff that I don't need right now. One redstone, thank you. Takes up space. I wish I had more space in Minecraft. I need to use the pouches a little bit more. Okay, let's go. And then red stained glass, and then okay, let's try like this, and then yeah, nice. That's how you do it. Look at this entirely square block. Nice. Oh, and I will be using the ghost for like the wall art, because I think I'm just going to build up from here. Yes. What did I do here? This side is brick, this side is terracotta. Is this nice or is this ugly? maybe it's a little bit ugly, low-key. I don't know. Yeah, let me get rid of this. It was not that nice. No. Yeah, like this. Yeah. And then I'll use brick for something else. I really do like brick. As you see, I have a fully stone house. Like I did this by using like there was like a mountain here with a floating island, and then I pour lava, and then I since then I've kind of been like an ant colony, been crawling my way out, making space, and then trying to figure out what to do with the space. Maybe it's counterintuitive, but it's not usually how I build. I do feel like square is definitely my favorite shape. I really do like squares, but maybe it's seen as unskillful in Minecraft. I mean, most people use a lot of decorative blocks and stuff like this, but I mean, a nice square building is a world of a difference from an ugly square building, I think. Like, I kind of always liked modernist architecture, but I do still like traditional architecture. But I think, like, I'm not gonna say one is immoral and one isn't immoral. What makes it moral or not is whether it's well suited to the community that it's in, and that makes the people living there happy, of course, So in Norway we have this movement of people against modern architecture, but instead they want European architecture. And I'm just thinking, where did you decide that? I mean, has Norway always been European? No, just the cities maybe for 100 years, but before that, no. There was like a distinct Norse style, which was very kind of, in some parts Germanic and in other parts very unique. I feel like it's kind of stupid, especially because they did colonize us. Hello. Not that we should be bitter for all time, but it's not normal to see Norway putting effort into creating new Norwegian buildings, and then doing something new with it. I do kind of admire China or maybe Japan or maybe India. I don't know, like China definitely is good with keeping old culture renewed. Obviously, Norway, very big influence from Europe. So what was 1,000 years ago, it's not stayed pure, which is kind of normal, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there was very unique things about each Chinese province and stuff like this before it became just kind of the Han general Chinese. I'm not gonna say it like it's not worth anything, but I think that there's a misconception that I think, for example, in China, they do embrace regionalism a bit, but it's not a federation, like, for example, India, where each province, each state, because India has states, each state has like its own writing script and stuff. But there is a difference between European countries because they are supposed to be countries. I do feel like more or less they've become provinces of this European empire, which is not good because, again, they're countries, supposedly. Meanwhile, with China, with each province, I mean, they do have standardization, but I also don't feel like standardization is like oppression. I mean, people sometimes make that comment about the Soviet Union where they said that, because the people had to learn Russian, that they were trying to annihilate them, and no, that's just not the case. It's kind of silly to say, actually. The Soviet Union taught everyone Russian because because that was the language. I mean, now everyone learns English, and I don't think that's any necessarily different than everyone learning Russian in the Soviet Union. Not at all, actually. Anyway, point of the matter is, yep. In the Soviet Union, they were actually kind of good with animal welfare. And Norway is actually kind of good with animal welfare too, but not good enough. For example, even though we have certain businesses which are quite good with animal welfare and certain standards which are good for environmental protection, it's kind of like a scam. I feel like Norway enacts progressive politics to brag, but fundamentally has lost its progressive path, and recently it's been really bad with a lot of violent fascist rhetoric and hateful parties taking a lot of power. I don't like that, obviously. I wish they didn't. Still gotta make sure that you need a fence always in Minecraft, a fence around the farm, otherwise the animals will despawn. And don't ask me why I know that, because once I built the fence and then I went to bed and then I woke up and then all the animals were gone. No, I did not build a fence. Then I was so sad. I didn't know why. I didn't know about chunks and stuff when I was little. I do feel like thinking about it it's not fun. Thinking about chunks and this and that. I mean, some people take a very technical approach to gaming, but I do feel like that's not good for your soul. I just assume this is like another world, honestly. And in some ways Minecraft has gotten better at that too. I mean, back in the day you needed to check the forum or maybe a YouTube video all the time to do stuff, but now I do feel like the game you don't have to leave the game that much. I mean, games which break the immersion, that's kinda doesn't make much sense, because the point of games is not to break the immersion, to keep the spell, you know. And then let me make sure that there's lights, otherwise the googlies will spawn. I don't want that. I can't be bothered. Although I do really want to kill Endermen. Or neutralize them, or whatever. I just need the freaking Ender Pearl, because I want the Ender Chest. Hell yeah. I'm in a real good Minecraft phase. Usually I don't get this far. I've been playing every day for almost a month. And I think, like, although maybe that sounds lazy, but I do feel like playing Minecraft is a little productive. I mean, it is a video game after all, but at least I would count it as a hobby in itself, Minecrafting. Just like maybe World of Warcraft 2 I would count, because it's kind of like a social world, although I've tried to play it but I can't get into it. It seems kind of, I don't know, it's, for me it's the graphics. I think World of Warcraft is very, very ugly. So I did try to find some, because when I watched Sword Art Online when I was little, I really did like the idea of a immersive world or whatever, like a MMORPG, but every one I've downloaded was boring as hell, so I just never got into it. But you don't know what you will get into until you get into it. Shit, I don't have any planks. I need to get wood, then copper. Okay, let me go to bed. Dun, dun, dun. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, cringe. Anyway, new day, and I'm looking here thinking what I'm gonna build next to make it nicer. It's very red now. It looks very coppery. I wanted it to be maybe more like blood red. No, it's not red at all. It's brown, but whatever. Maybe I'll build a side tower first. I don't think I'll use much more of this. What do you call it? Terracotta? No, it doesn't look nice. And then I think I'll build a flower farm right away after that, and then start carving at the wall to get some yeah, now it's just homework. Now we gotta get wood, gotta get honey. Oh shit, damn it. Okay, sorry. Excuse me. Okay, boom. Oh, copper. That's exactly what I need. Thank you. Oh shit. Okay, no, I can't fix you with, I can't help you with that, sorry. Get somebody else to do it. The facade is kind of nice though. Maybe some flags would be nice. I'm not quite sure. I have a little bit of brick, a little bit of decorations. Yeah, it's not bad, but some things, I don't know, maybe some more brick, I don't know. So now I'm just, I don't know what the hell this is. Making it a little nice, maybe it's making it ugly, only God knows. Actually, I can't be bothered. But I wanted to say that also with the Animal Farm thing and Animal versus Humanity, that socialism usually also plays a different role than one might expect, right? And the reason I'm always referring to socialism is because that has to be the solution when it comes to, as you see, I'm just finishing up the house. Scappa via to get resources. Anyway, it has to be the solution to these climate problem, animal rights problems, because it already is. In my country, I can say for certain that one of the best things we have, but it's currently under threat, is the Udall system, which makes it so that the farmers get to own their land for generations through their family, right? And this has withstood the colonization by Sweden and by Denmark and by many, right? Many barbarians, Nazis, everything, right? And then when a family holds ownership over a property, they do take it more seriously than a capitalist business with factory farms, which is more of the European standard. It's not good at all, actually. Really bad for everyone involved. Even the workers get traumatized. It's really horrible. Oh shit. Sorry. Oh shit. And also looking at indigenous practices, it's far better the way they approach environmental protection, because I mean, imagine if you have this entire tribe that are your co-workers. You don't want to mess up in front of everyone. I mean, maybe with a kind of individualist working structure, it's easy to get away with environmental crimes and mishandling of the animals. And certainly if no one's looking and if the government doesn't care, like, the government doesn't care. The government only cares about capital, and we don't even live in a democracy, because, I mean, come on, have you ever met someone that doesn't care for the rights of animals? No, but that doesn't mean that there's good animal rights, because truth of the matter is, a law will only pass if the rich allow it to pass. That's the system we live in, and that is fascism. We live in an illusion of liberty, and it's not been there for a few years. And even if we have liberty, usually liberal systems only treat their citizens as humans and then treat everyone else as I mean, just look at the EU with migrant boats. I mean, treating people as if they're animals for seeking asylum. It's not good at all, unless they're Ukrainian. Then they can do whatever they want. They can even Heil Hitler, so double standard to the end of time. But no, indigenous practices is incredibly important. Indigenous taking care of the land is incredibly important. To take good care of animals, we don't necessarily need to get rid of animal bearing altogether. There's many people who support getting rid of all animal products, and I do think that it's not a bad argument to make necessarily. It's just that it wouldn't actually be a significant difference in suffering between a system of indigenous stewardship over land and of animals combined with a socialist working model versus getting rid of animals altogether. Because currently, for example, even in Norway, which has quite good environmental protections for animals, I mean, cows get killed, slaughtered at 4 years old, even though they can continue selling milk until they're 20, because it's just more profitable. Then they make more milk, So even if you don't torture or whip the cows, even if they walk freely in the fields, I mean, that's good, but it's not everything. And let's even talk about the system we live in, a freedom-based system. Who needs freedom is what I'm wondering. I mean, if you have a system where instead of needing all sorts of rights, laws and freedoms, you instead just have a democratic business model. I mean, let's say every business was democratic, you wouldn't need many laws. You could have far more freedom, but at the same time, less individual freedom, because you could actually almost have no laws at all, because you would actually trust the businesses to act properly, because they would act properly. I mean, they're democratically ran. If they don't act properly, they would get scrutiny or maybe punishment, but it wouldn't necessarily be for one singular action. I mean, it would in general be illegal to act poorly, and instead you would have more of a principle-based legal system rather than a rights and law-based. It would be completely different. And I mean, for example, even the cooperatives of Norway, currently they're being under attack by the EU, which is really bad, because, for example, capitalist businesses actually sometimes receive the money, the profits, by collectives if the collective has too much market share, because they're against monopolization. I mean, anyone with a brain would tell you there's no such thing as a cooperative monopoly, because cooperatives aren't one person or one company. There are many people, many companies. So this idea that a cooperative can be a monopoly, it's nonsense. But I have to admit, I mean, even a lot of Norwegian cooperatives don't always act right. I mean, for example, Co-op, the grocery store, is a very greedy, and it was actually caught last year having spies. And you can imagine, I mean, then that loses trust in all cooperatives. But it's really a shame, because all which is needed is to take it a little bit further. I mean, what you need is, yes, the owners of the businesses need to be the workers, but also some of the owners need to be the government officials, and some of the owners need to be the customers. So you need a full cooperative, a full kind of corrupt system. From the liberal perspective, I mean, you want competition, right? So then it becomes fully corrupt in their eyes, but full corruption is actually quite good, because then everyone has a share, everyone is in on the game, and everyone has to act right. And that's what we need for animal protections. I mean, we can't keep pushing one law after another and expecting the world to heal, especially not if the fucking system is so slow. I mean, the system we live under, liberal democracy, is created to bring almost none at all progress. That's how it's made. And it's a shame. You look at China, is the #1 country in all green technologies, every single one, including medicine, including AI too, if you want to count that. So every moral industry is spearheaded by China, and then what the hell does the West come up with? They come up with new fashion, maybe new drugs, I don't know. So it's a shame, honestly. Especially if we live in dire times. I mean, we're living at the gates of war, and things are about to turn into the end of times, and yet we cannot get anything done because a system of corruption. So this idea that revolutions are necessarily bad or will turn out bad, I mean, is kind of stupid. We actually have to kind of lean into our animalistic nature a bit. We kind of, not to be anti-intellectual, but if the working class wants something, you shouldn't stop up and think, well, what do the academics say about it? Because academics aren't moralists. They're students, and things don't necessarily start with thought. It starts with action. It starts with the will. And that's completely different from fascism. Fascism does not care about the will of anyone. It only cares about profit. So it's an extension of liberalism. And you will not bring animal welfare through that. Never, ever. How do you guys think? Is it starting to look alright? I think it's starting to look nice, honestly. And then maybe I should do some rapid developments to get some new, I need some more materials here, and then just to tidy it up a bit. But I'm feeling it's starting to look nice, and I do hope the animals like it, honestly. Oh, this is looking a bit rough, I can't lie. Let me shave some more off of that, and then get some more materials. Even though it doesn't really do anything, if it's a nice place and it doesn't look too ugly, and it's kind of like nice for the animals, kind of looks like the terrain, I think that's cool, actually. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm starting to dig it, honestly. This will be kind of the staircase, and then there will also be like a like lava thing for the for the cows. Very, very, very barbaric, I know, I'm sorry. But then I built this nice path. But the front is really cool. Maybe I can like do this over here to make it kind of cool and something. This is kind of reminding me of maybe like an old style factory, you know, in brick, but I know this is terracotta. It's just that the colors are kind of the same. Maybe I should add some more brick, because I do like it actually. But and then with the looking out, and yeah, it's nice, honestly. I wonder, maybe I should have like a middle gap of brick to like separate one layer from another, like brick like this, red brick, and then this kind of inside, maybe under the dirt. Or I guess it doesn't matter much, I could use cobblestone for that too, technically. Hell yeah, let me work a little bit off video, get some more materials. Okay, as you see now, I'm in the cave. This big ass cave. I wanted to show it to you. It's actually kind of impressive. It didn't used to be like this. It's very impressive. Mining away the copper. It's gonna be nice. I found... What the hell? They're glowing. What? I've never seen that before. Ooh, there's like some red spider eyes over there. I need to light this up. But yeah. Oh shit. There's some minerals. Okay, sorry. Getting distracted. But yeah. I also found some caged copper or something. It was like a don't piss me off. It was like you could get it from the masonry block and then from copper, and it actually looked really nice. So I wanted to build something with this, but I was thinking, and I don't want to be okay. I thought it was a worse mob than a bat. Sorry, I was a little scared. Anyway, yeah, I think that sadly it won't be possible to have them to see the mural right away on the side of the building, which I was planning to make out of oh, mamma mia. Damn it. Oh shit, wait, I can go up here too. I didn't see. Oh no. Oh no. Stop. Is that a zombie villager? Bruh. Don't come here. No! Bitch. Okay. Let me aim for it. Don't. Oh, damn it. No. Okay, now it's looking bad. Not looking good. Anyway, the point is, you will not see the mural right away, because first it needs to oxidize, and then I need to carve away some of the oxidization. And that will be obviously the mural, right? And then once it's carved off, where's that? Did you see? Where did it died? Okay, it died. Bitch. Why don't you die? Okay. Got him. Why is this one walking on land? Is this not a sea creature? Whatever. Maybe because it's in a cave, I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't care. Just die quickly, that's all I care about. But anyway, point is, yeah, so we won't see the mural right away. It will still be there though. Maybe I can show it some other time. Planning to make a lot of Minecraft videos, but then you will have to follow them. Hello, I'm still in the freaking mines. This shit is not coming to an end. I feel like I'm in the back rooms. Like, when is this the same game that is running on my freaking my my mother's desk PC? Oh shit. Hi. Okay, boom. Why was he carrying carrots? I don't know. Shit. It's kind of impressive, Loki. Oh no. There's many googlies here though, bad guys. Okay, boom. Oh. Okay, he gave in easily. We need to proceed with caution. Wait, I thought I had less bread. Maybe some of these mobs dropped bread. Oh no! Oh, those are the worst. Shit. I'm gonna die. Mamma mia. No. Oh! Okay, I did die. I'm sorry. But I died with a little bit of cash money. Oh shit, now I dropped my pants too. No! Okay, anyway. Hello. Okay, ciao a tutti. Look, I created glass here so that these villagers could fucking do their job, and they're just jumping up and down and ruining the crops. I don't understand, I'm so disappointed. Ooh, they're kissing. What the hell, they're fighting? What happened? Are they gossiping? Are they married? Who does he know? I don't know, it's so interesting. I'm having like a quarrel, like a dispute, they're like a fishbowl, and I'm like God looking down at them. Anyway, so far have we came. It's starting to look nice. Yeah. I'm gonna put the sheep here, and then I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna put more grass, and then gonna put some stairs there, and then of course, you know, maybe we'll return to this and see later, and it will be all nice and decorated. But right now it is a bit bare bones because, you know, I can't be bothered to do all that right now, you know, like decorating and fixing the mural and all that is gonna just like take a little bit of time, you know. Yeah, so we're not gonna do all that, period. I feel like the bamboo farm doesn't work anymore after I installed hoppers. I don't know why, like it's just producing slowly, which is a problem because I like bamboo, but it seems like after I installed these it's slow, but I wanted to install it all over, so I don't understand. It is producing, it's just producing slowly, I don't know. Maybe it isn't producing slowly, God knows. Anyway. Let me show you inside. It's double locked so that these sheep don't run away. And then there's some birch here, like it's a real, like, it's almost as if it's real, you know. It's very like, no, that looks stupid. That looks stupid. Anyway, it's like this, like little facility. Girl, I just hallucinated. Anyway, it's like this little facility for them to work hard and get babies, and so I can get wool. That's exactly what it is. This isn't some freedom land. What did you think? Freedom? No. Freedom. Freedom. Anyway, let's destroy them. No, psych. Then and then let's do like this. Ooh, okay, yeah, I have more stairs, no problem. And then yeah, one more, and then do I have the necessary block? No, I'll have to go get it. But yeah, like, oh damn it, is the screen a little dark? Like it's looking very bright on my screen, but then the video capture is looking a little dark. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, await the final results. Anyway, let me show you the produit finito. Voila! Are you impressed? Yes or no? Yes or no? I feel like it's not finished because I'm gonna raise this a little bit. And then there's one cow up there. I couldn't find another one. I'm walking around looking for another one, but yeah, no hope yet. So I need another one, but you know, it will come. But yeah, I do feel like it's very nice. It's like a nice two-tiered system. On the first floor there are sheep, and on the second there are not sheep, because there's another animal there called cow. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Eat food. Wow, I had a black sheep and a white sheep, and they made a gray sheep baby. And what color will this be? Light skin? What color? Gray? Okay. Anyway, they're having fun here, I guess. They don't have freedom to go anywhere else. To be fair. Let me just be that ass. But it's nice with the color and the copper, and as you see, it's getting a little bit of texture. I think I'm going to maybe like wax it with the honey after, so that maybe I can kind of create a texture or something. Like it's nice. I don't want it to be all gray. Like this color is nice a little bit, but not too much. Capisci?